Champions, welcome. The squares have aligned and bingo is nigh. It's time for the final match of Elden Squares Season 3, Week 1. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, we have one of the most experienced teams in Elden Ring Bingo. They are led by Ellie, Bia's champion, a randomizer racing champion, a lover of NPCs, a routing extraordinaire, and one hell of a bingo player, none other than LMS. And her teammate, the most experienced and decorated Elden Ring bingo player in the world, a man who needs absolutely no introduction. Just be very wary he becomes a new man whenever he puts on that tank top. It is Lazy Helios. And their opponents, the fastest bingo team the world has ever seen. Two of the top speedrunners in the world teaming up to conquer new pastures in bingo. We have Bagarre FR with Iron and Typin. Now let's go ahead and run that board and square off. All right, Sai, you ready to go?
I'm ready to go, man. I was born for this moment.
Okay, and here we go. Center square.
Let's go with Mesmer the Impaler.
I will go with Bale. I think I picked Bale last time too. It is 5 NPC invaders is the center square. As always, I will kind of lead you through some of the more exciting big squares, and then Sci-Fi will give you the in-depth analysis. We have Dragon Lord Placidusax in the top right corner, accompanied by his good buddy and rival, Bale the Dread, in the top right and left-hand corners of this board. Then we have Commander Nile, a tricky fight, but one that can be rushed, particularly if you do start with the Bewitching Branches as your keepsake. Then in that middle row, obviously that center square, the unique at 5 NPC invaders. You know, this is normally a square that we don't see rushed very often, but we very well could see it rushed on this board, being the center square. In that bottom row, we have Lord bosses, so there will most likely be Remembrance bosses tied into that. Godskin Apostle and Kaled is not to be trifled with, as he is one of the highest KD ratio bosses in the entirety of Elden Scrolls Season 2. And then Egon's Furled Finger in the bottom right, maybe having some synergy. Hey, maybe we see the cinema of Egon summoned to kill Bale and win the game. You never know. And then also we have that Dancing Lion Valiant Gargs in that bottom row. Sci-Fi, what's your take on the board?
Yeah, so like just off rip immediately, like I'm looking at South is pretty good on this board because you have Bale, Dancer, Egon, Ghost Flame Dragons, and in row 5, that's 3 of the squares in row 5 are related to going south. When I say south, I'm referring to in the DLC, after you kill Ancient Dragon Man, the whole area of the map down there is referred to as south. So in order to get to Bale or Egon's Furled Finger, you're going to need to go through ADM. Dancer, you have the option of killing ADM to get to there, but there's also another route. If you go underneath Tiolier, you can do Tiolier skip and take the Elak River path to get to Dancer of Renah. On this board, I don't think that anybody is going to be doing that. And then for kill 2 Ghost Flame Dragons, the one that's down in Cerulean Coast that summons skeletons when it's during its like phase transition move, that's actually a favorite for this square because the Fort of Reprimand, like obviously the one that's near Ballarat is one of them that you do. It's easy, it's free, there's no ads, there's no interference with that fight. It's lowly scaled, it's very fast to get through that. The south one is preferred over Reprimand because you can usually get a stagger before the summons come in, so you can have you could start with an uninterrupted fight and then you can usually kill it pretty quickly after. The other option would be Fort Reprimand, but that one's worse just because of the presence of all the Black Knights and everything. So that's one thing I'm thinking of, and again, I'm just focusing kind of on the DLC squares right now in the beginning. The other like decent play here in the DLC is you have Queenline and Bellarat, which is a rushable square. You can go do that at +12 if you have Wild Strikes, because you can just loop Queenline with that. You have Kill a Dancing Lion in row 5. That would block the south play, by the way. And also in row 1, you have 4 bosses with Wolf, Lion, Hippo, or Bear in the name. So if you go Queenline, Dancing Lion, you can get that four bosses score as well, which also kind of lends into the 5 DLC bosses. So just kind of looking at the synergies like between squares in the DLC, I see those as being opening plays in the DLC, either Bellarat or South. In terms of the base game squares, I think I would need to look for a second.
You're good. You're good. I think the DLC is going to be very, very relevant here. This is a very balanced board. We have 11 squares here that necessitate the DLC, a couple others that can be done with the DLC. So it will be really balanced between base game and the DLC here as the match is officially underway. I would be looking at, I think in the end, if this does come down to a last square race, I could very well see it coming down to Bale. Also, funny enough, with Bale or Plassie, there was actually a class. We have the double dragon, dragon halberd and dragon scale blade was on it was on one of the classes. Awesome. Both Helios and Iron are using that class. Meanwhile, Ellie went for Rakshasa's Great Katana, and Typin has gone for the Claymore. So some different variety here in the starting class picks. But that's quite a funny class, seeing the double dragon scale.
Yeah.
It actually looks like Helios here is immediately going for Caelid Falling Star Beast.
Yeah, so there's complete 3 tunnel or precipice dungeons on the board, as well as 5 bosses in Caelid/Dragon Barrow. They're in the same column, and they block both of the lines that would be created by getting the center square. So if Helios pulls tunnels into 5 bosses, or at least gets 5 bosses at some point later in the game, this could be a very strong positionally, very strong choice of squares based on position and synergy. Also, if he does a Radon for one of his 5 Caelid bosses, that leads into Valiant Gargoyles. So that's a very smart play.
And Iron type in here goes straight into Margit. Meanwhile, Helios is going straight into the Falling Star Beast. So let's put both of those 2 players on the main screen. Yeah, I think Helios with that.
I love Lion's Claw, dude.
I love Lion's Claw. It's so good.
I was like, he should charge R2 here and get the stagger, but no, Lion's Claw works just as well, if not better.
Yeah, and 2 very, especially the fall, 2 very scary fights here, because both these players are base vigor, look to be at about 9-10 is randomized stat spread, so hard to say exactly. As Typin gets completely destroyed there, but does not die, manages to hold on.
Yeah, he went for that charged attack because he was confident that Margit was going to do the phase transition, but he actually staggered Margit out of it, so he just came out swinging as soon as he got up from that riposte.
Dude, I love the absolute disrespect to Margit and just saying, nah, I don't care about that. Screw it, Lion's Claw. You don't get to hit me. And Typin does an amazing job getting Margit down. We'll go full screen with Helios.
Your weapon choice, like Lion's Claw is such a powerful Ash of War. That's one great reason to start with Claymore, honestly.
Yeah, and I think
Dragon Halberd is a much stronger beginning weapon just because you get a lightning buff for free, so it's kind of like starting with an upgraded weapon in a way.
Yeah, one thing that is interesting here is both of the French players have really good starting weapons in Claymore and Dragon Halberd, as Helios does a nice job of getting the Falling Star Beast down there. But Ellie, going with that Rakshasa is obviously such a strong weapon, but she is the only player on this board who is not immediately online.
Yeah, I imagine that Ellie, like, just by sound cue heard that bear queuing up that roar attack and just like strafed it out of nowhere. That would have definitely gotten me because I play with speakers, so I'm less sensitive to the sound stuff. But I think Ellie's going to pick up the Dex tier to be able to wield this weapon.
And it appears
it's
that
also interesting because
Iron. Oh, sorry. I was just saying. It appears Iron is going for the exact same play Helios did with that Celia tunnel. Oh my!
wow.
Typin gets destroyed by the ballistas. Vous avez péri. I assume that means you died.
Yeah, that's rough. He just got trapped in the corner. Like, he got clipped by the swordsman right there and needed to heal and just ended up getting trapped in the corner right there, which is unfortunate. Like,
yeah. Not devastating.
Small setback though.
Yeah.
Not a huge deal. And but meanwhile, Helios is just ahead on tunnels right now. Already has FSB down. Is in, I believe, Limgrave Tunnel. After this, we'll be doing the. Oh, Helios went down too far. Yeah, he's in Limgrave Tunnel. In this first elevator, you have to jump off in order to get to the boss.
And
it's kind of a deceiving tunnel.
Iron has a +4 weapon. I don't think it'll be enough to make up the difference, but we'll see. Is this +4?
I highly doubt it. Because Helios is already in.
Yeah, because it's just Stone Digger and Scaly. Yeah.
Gonna fall over anyway, right?
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, if Helios skipped the grace here and this little troll steps on him, you never know. Like the five time. This could be the 5-time troll here. The new one.
The new 5-time champ.
Whoa.
No way Helios actually dies to this troll. Hold up.
Dude, I'm just saying, with Dragon Halberd, you're not getting the staggers you would want normally. You only need one, though, to win.
Why is this actually a fight? Okay, dude, there we go. There's the stagger.
There it is. All right.
All right, we'll go back here with Iron.
I felt like I was witnessing like an ill-fated prophecy.
Oh, and Iron's in trouble here, actually. Like, I mean, he basically has to do the rest of this fight hitless because he is out of. Never mind. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Little caster's curse. Yeah, went down there early to the Falling Star Beast. I will say, man, early Falling Star Beast, and I think that kind of proves it because I don't think anyone can question how good Iron Typin are. Early Falling Star Beast is very. It is a bingo staple at this point, right? It is just so necessary for bingo, but it's really fucking hard, man. Like, it's not an easy fight to do off rip.
Well, look, like, so that FSB tunnel is very smart because they both started with somber weapons, so it's a good idea to go there anyways because it gets you a somber 6. Fortunately, it's not super relevant because if you get Altus, then there's a very fast somber 6 in deep root depths anyway. But I actually think that this snipe, I think that death actually saves Iron from a worse snipe later if he were to pursue tunnels because now he just pivots to do something else instead. It's one of those scenarios where like the mistake actually can save you time in the long run, right?
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a silver lining there. Only disappointment is, of course, you don't get that Kaled boss, but in the long run, I think, because Helios just needs to bully Scaly. He's learned from doing the boss rush that Scaly is weak to spinning slash and gets him down. And there is the Tunnels of Precipice. First mark on the board going to the way of Tank and Top.
And Great Omen Killer Cleaver just dropped from Scaly Misbegotten. Another advantage of Helios not upgrading his weapon is he was not locked into Dragon Halberd. He can just easily upgrade Great Omen Killer Cleaver and have an insanely strong smithing weapon now.
Yeah, I know if you're used to base
weapon. Is, like Dragon Halberd, insanely good in early game, right? It's buffable. You don't need to upgrade it. You can crush early squares like right off rip, but it tends to fall off in the later game, especially because the moveset's not as good. Great Omen Killer Cleaver is just like a meta weapon. It's like one of the best weapons that you could possibly have in this format. I can carry him for the rest of the game, and that's this huge advantage weapon wise.
Yeah, I think Omen Killer Cleaver and Starfist are probably in a class of their own as the two best smithing weapons in this format. I'm going to exclude with the exception of Colossals, right? I think
for sure
they're just a different different beast, right? Because of stat requirements and things.
I'm a big fan of Great Axe, just like regular Great Axe. Personally.
Well, I mean, it actually has higher DPS. It has higher AR, but obviously no bleed.
Right, it has no bleed. That's the thing. I just like it stylistically.
We see type in here going in on Godric. It looks like I actually did not know who was kind of the primary base game player and primary DLC player for this team, but it does look like Typin will be the DLC player and Iron will be the base game player. It is anticipated that Ellie will be the DLC player for Tank and Top, and Helios will be the base game player. That being said, I'm sure all these players, I know for certain with their skill level, they can do both, but this is just where the teams have chosen to send their specific players off rip.
Yeah. I'm going to be like honest here. I think Helios is probably like one of the best just base game players, like especially in the early game.
I mean, there's a reason why he never won Elden Squares, but he's won every other base game bingo event. And he finished second twice, right? Ellie on the Red Wolf here.
But I'm close friends with both Ellie and Helios, and I know both of them are gonna play both DLC and base game. It's just really going to depend on the board. They're an extremely flexible team because they can play either. And they actually plan to do that this season. So
Red Wolf is being a little bit of a bastard, but there's the stagger and the little R1. Gets it down, very nicely done for Ellie there.
Iron going Makar still as in route into Altus.
I guess
what the next move will be after this. I wouldn't be surprised to see Elmer into 3 unique Royal Revenants. There's 2 Revenants in Shaded Castle, and that blocks the column 2, which is being set up by 5 bosses in Kayla Dragon Barrel, right? Because obviously Helios did the Falling Star Beast, so that would be a very smart block from Iron to pull off at this stage, and to secure 2 squares in the doing.
And I will say, actually, Iron does have unique Royal Revenant starred on his board. Obviously, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going for them, but it is kind of a little hint as to what the players are looking at.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what Nartok is saying. But also it just depends on the board. Like, one of the best things about Dragon Scale or Dragon Halberd or Stormhawk Axe in particular is that you can go through Abductor Virgin Duo with it's just like free. It's literally free. You walk up, you like Ash of War once, maybe poke them 2 times, and they just stagger like almost instantly, and you just get through the fight really fast. And Abductor Duo is possibly the fastest route into Altus. In fact, it is. Like, even like the Death's Poker like world record speedruns like goes through Abductor Duo, right?
Yep, and we will go full screen with Iron here for the Makar fight. And the one thing is, like, you talk, of course, Dragon Lightning is good on virgins, but bonus damage versus dragons, right? And magma worms as well, true. Right? It's the ultimate get to Altus quick weapon.
I'm wondering if there's some like advantage that Iron is like seeking from getting this like location of the map. Like, looking at the board, I'm not sure yet.
I mean, that's what I'm so excited to see from this team, right? Because they're just so smart, but they also theorycraft in a very like fundamentally different way from us, right? Like, they come from a speedrun background. Obviously, Helios has done some speedrun. Helios is probably the most accomplished speedrunner who's directly from, like an OG in Ignite, right? But oh my God, he couldn't get the poke because he was in the soup, and then just slightly misses the roll. Oh,
Yeah, sometimes Makar like puts the lava in the literally like theoretically worst position ever, and then does that slam, and it's like, what do you even do about that?
dude,
Like,
I don't know. Like it was brutal. Because you
I've
have
had
to,
that
he
happen to me
had to
on
be
Theo
so
as well.
careful with the positioning of his roll because he, like, because if he rolls just slightly off, he would have rolled into the lava. Like that was just,
Yeah.
Bernie said no. Bernie bingo.
I will say, going Makar over Abductor Duo is, you do get like more than twice as many runes, and if you're looking to like set up your weapon, that could, or like that could just be better money wise. I'm not sure what the trade-off is if you were to
Hey, you never know, and maybe he gets it's a curved greatsword check. Maybe the speedrunner gets Bloodhound's Fang.
looks like Helios disconnected from the board. I wonder if any of the refs are watching. If
His okay, well, yeah, referees make sure to check on that.
yeah, but
Helios 2 is still in there because I'm not sure. Might have been intentional.
right. Looks like Wander will let him know. It's just like if you're gonna try to mark a square and you're disconnected,
Yeah.
like wait, what the
Yeah,
fuck? Like, I wouldn't
referees
want him to get, like,
will
sniped
take
on that,
care of
right?
that. That's why
Yeah.
we have him. But
Yeah,
it looks
so
like
Iron just gets through Makar easily this time. Doesn't get memed. No Bernie Bingo shutting
and
down.
Typin actually
scenario.
will beat Ellie into the DLC here. Actually, the thing is though, with Weed Cutter, Rakshasas could one cycle Renala, which could be a difference.
He maybe left the board intentionally because he's using his laptop.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Okay. Yeah, so Typin already in the fight with the Second Remembrance, going for that fast DLC access right now. Has Claymore with no attunement on it. I'm not sure if Typin grabbed the cold wet blade. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, it's also
if he did. That's actually a favorite of players in this league.
but he also
when
might
going
just
this
want.
route.
I'm pretty sure that Lion's Call will pancake in phase 2. So it's possible he just wanted Lion's Call instead.
Right. It will. It 100% will. See, these are things that like wouldn't cross my mind, just because like when you get kind of like when you start thinking of a meta way of running these routes, I just automatically think Wild Strikes, Cold Wet Blade, right?
Yeah.
But in this scenario, Wild Strikes isn't going to be as useful on Renala as a Lion's Claw.
Unfortunately, he went for it, but it doesn't pancake because of the summon. She has ridiculous hyper armor on that summon. And man, he was greeting that, but you got away with it.
Yeah. That's nutty. Actually, in this scenario, believe it or not, Wild Strikes. Yeah, that's rough. Just to this fight is the worst part of the DLC rush by far, because like she could just do so many moves that just ruin the fight for you. And then also the death here is such a giant waste of time, because you have to run back up the ramp, you have to dodge Moongrum, bring the elevator back down, like, and then you have phase 1, which he had to 2-cycle her. So like the whole thing is just a giant like loss of time that's very critical for this DLC rush.
But Ellie's in trouble too.
And look, Ellie also getting
she's out of heals.
Very bad RNG here, but manages to pull it off there. This is gonna be.
Oh my! She's one shot.
Ellie can take one hit.
She just got chipped.
Yeah, this is. Ellie's gonna have to take this slow and carefully, and also manage the fact that she's using the physic to wield the weapon. So this is gonna have to be a balance between playing it carefully and playing it quickly.
I mean, this is worst case scenario, right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, how is she alive?
Oh my god, the weed cutter to clutch at the end. That was wonderfully done.
Huge clutch. Huge clutch here by Ellie. Iron is about to finish off the Falling Star Beast for a Caleb boss, and also that will give him the a Somber 6.
Excuse me. It looks like yeah, Iron will be contesting Caleb bosses, I think. We'll see if Iron goes directly for Commander O'Neill, which is oh, he changes it to Knight. Is he going for the Deathrite Bird? I think he's going for the Deathrite Bird. Why else would you change it tonight? This is the tech to get the Somber 5 that I've been looking for. You get the
fast. So is this a fast warp? So you can get the fast warp without aggroing the guy. This has to be it. Because I've done this
for the first time, Shura.
I've done this before. I've done this before accidentally.
Shura keeps asking, how do you get the 5 without aggroing?
Oh no, no, that was never mind. We were wrong. That was not it. We're giving him we're giving the speedrunners too much credit. We're like, they've invented tech.
No, it's possible. I've seen people do it, but
I've done it once before. Yeah.
I think if you get too close to that exploding pyramid thing, then it aggroes the worms, and that's probably why it didn't work. And we have Typing back into the Renala fight, phase 2. She does Moon, which is the worst move that she can do after her scripted opener.
But by contrast, your Ellie's actually going for Moon. Is Moonrathel on the board?
Oh, that's my gosh. I'm sorry. What was the question?
I just figure out what Ellie's going for here.
No. Ellie's getting some Somber Stones here. I think you get the 5 and 6.
I did not know there were Somber Stones and Ensis here. That's very interesting.
Yeah, there's a 5 and 6 here, and then if you run towards the Morth Ruins Forge, you get your 7 and 8 in the Forge. So this is going to be like a common Somber route for DLC players that choose a Somber weapon. Yeah. Well, dying works too. Obviously,
she only had 1,000 runes. She had 1,000 runes. It doesn't really matter.
Well, she was trying to Memory of Grace.
Yeah, just because it's faster. But
I think dying is still faster than quitting out and warping. But I don't know.
Probably.
Actually, I mean, in that scenario, probably.
Yep, we see Iron going ahead in Iron's
chase. We're glad to have you here. Glad you discovered the stream, and we do have a Night Rain console gaming.
Yep. And I also would do a vanilla console bingo league if there ever was enough interest, but so much of our players are PC.
Right.
I put out feelers before and it just never really hits, unfortunately. Oh, and actually we see Iron here is you can see in the bottom right, he's killing this Albinoric, which is a bane of players trying to get the 7, 8, and 9 here.
Yeah, bro, I hate the Albinorics. That guy, that one in particular, has killed me.
Yeah, because he slings
throws that like spell at you, and you're just annihilated.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ellie in the Forge.
And Typin does get Renala down there.
Synergy here. I'm not sure. I think Ellie is specifically here just for the Somber Stones.
I believe so. Unless there's something that I'm missing.
A little slight optimization for that route. You can run behind the little Golem Telu type dude, and it's less risky. Also, it's a little faster. It's a better line. Ellie, when you watch this back, try that next time.
All right.
Oh my God!
Whoa! Did she need another stone, or did she get all the stones she needed?
I don't know where the 8 is in this forge. I only know about the 7. I usually kill the scarab outside for the 8.
And Iron now has his.
That was not the 8.
Iron now has his +9, and he's actually just going for Caleb bosses who are going for Nile. Or O'Neal, sorry.
O'Neal.
You know,
Yeah,
one thing
in this scenario, I kill the ads, dude. The only reason, oh, wow, that's a massive AoE attack.
Yeah.
The only reason you don't kill the ads in this scenario is if you have Death's Poker. That's it. Because it's not really a fight if you have Death's Poker. But otherwise, you're just getting chipped by the freaking crossbows this whole time, and then you get stun locked
and he's
into
out of
an AoE
heals.
attack and die.
One thing I'd be very
to kill them.
interested
You're
in
gonna one-shot them anyway, dude. Like,
sorry.
Look at that. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think this is the first time we've seen O'Neal, and one thing I want to be very interested to seeing throughout the course of the season, maybe keeping track of, is I'm curious how many unique bosses get killed over the course of the season.
Right.
Like, because
I think
theory,
the fastest bosses in Elden is O'Neal, X-Zyx, the Pumpkinhead duo, FSB, and maybe Nox duo if you're not going for Radon.
Yeah. But I just, you know,
see different synergies just depending on what the board requires. Like there's duo bosses squares, so Pumpkinhead duo, Clean Art Knight duo might get chosen. Dragonheart bosses will lead X-Zyx more often.
Yeah, because over the course of the, like, in theory, there's reason to kill. There's potentially a reason to kill 150 plus of the 207 bosses, right? Like, I'm curious how many unique ones actually get done over the course of the season.
We're gonna see the entire.
Oh, and Helios dies to the Albinauric before he could get blood tax.
Dude, this, I think I mentioned this in the last game. Like, there's some early squares that are relatively risk-free, like Old Lord's Talisman. That's a rush square because for the most part you can quit out when you open the chest, and then when you load back in, you just grab the talisman, and you can do that consistently safely. Blood tax seems like, oh, this should be so easy because it's just a scarab, right? But the thing is, you get annihilated by the Albinaurics here, and there's a I don't know what happens to cause it, but there's 2 Albinaurics that are hiding in the ground down there that can just pop up and kill you for no reason. This is super sketchy.
Iron's going for the Deathrite bird.
There's tech for it that I don't know.
Iron's going for Deathrite bird. That's why
Iron is hard rushing this square, and it's a good play for him canceling that column.
Nah, I think he decides to go off of it.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you don't have the best. Like, the damage was okay, honestly. I think I would have maybe continued this, but
yeah, I mean, it's
moveset wise, this isn't your favorite weapon for fighting a Deathrite bird.
Yeah.
Also, here Helios can pick up a Somber 9. There's a Somber 9 by this Scarab right here. And that might be why I think if you pick up the Somber 9, it aggroes the Albinaurics, and that might be why he got smushed by the rolling attack.
All right, he does get blood tax.
Oh, he
dies.
Oh my god!
Again, but he marks a square at least. We see. Oh my god, Ellie's going for Golden Hippo. Meanwhile, Hypin is going for Queeline and Bellarat.
Yeah, and by the way, type in still no Ash of War or Attunement on Claymore, probably because Lion's Claw is going to be really good against this NPC. Also, Queeline and Bellarat has some synergy with NPC invaders, which is the center square on this board.
Yes.
I just now realized that. Yeah, that makes the Bellarat play a little bit better because. So I'm curious to know if, and it's because it's not in the wording of the square, 5 NPC invaders. Does that mean unique invaders, or will both Queelines count for this square?
I think, you need to go strictly by the wording, right? It doesn't say unique, so like, obviously
they both count. Then,
I would say they both count, right?
Yeah, and they're both fights. Like, and honestly, there's easier fights in base game anyway, right? So it's not like it makes the square any easier. Yeah, this was a discussion that we were having, I think, in one of the matches in the refs call, but it's good to hear that.
Yeah,
dude, if I'm typing in this scenario, like, I understand you want to rush Bellarat and you want to get this square, but I prefer Savage Lion's Claw because I can put cold on it.
Yeah, because all three Anastasias would count, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, all 3 Anastasias. Also, there's 3 Nameless White Masks in Mogwin Dynasty.
Dude, that's tech.
Yeah, that could be a very fast doing. It's just they're scarier fights.
Ellie gets it down. We'll go full screen with Iron here for Radon.
Yeah, Ellie getting that kill is massive. Ellie gets 200,000 runes, comes over here, buys talismans, basically gets a full build. Rotten Wing Sword, Crimson Seed. I guess not opting for any defensive talismans, and I kind of like buying the Dragon Crest, but I mean everyone has.
Also possible she just wanted to save runes for health.
That's true. Oh, she already has it. That's why. She bought that before fighting Hippo.
And she's going for Ballarat now. It has to be.
Yeah. And it looks like Typin just pivoted. Typin is going... Maybe he just came here to get more Skidoo. That could be the case.
Yeah, he did just get up to Skadoo 7. He's either going to go down to the church here to get Skadoo 8 or potentially get some more smithing. I'm not sure what level his weapon is.
You know, looking at the board, like 5 NPC invaders, Queenline and Ballarat, 5 DLC bosses. That might be why Ellie picked Rakshasas. Also Dancer. Because you have 5 NPC invaders, obviously you just melt those. But for 5 DLC bosses and with having Dancer and Dane, both of them will just get melted by Weed Cutter. So this is actually just a very smart like weapon choice for the squares on the board.
I agree. Oh, wow. Wait, because Typin activated Queenline and Ballarat but didn't kill him, he was able to go into the church without getting invaded. I
had no idea that was a thing.
I mean, that's just the only logical explanation. That's crazy.
No, you're right. Yeah, that's 100% the case. Like, I had no idea that was a thing, though. Like, that's insanely important to know, like, for DLC bingo. Yeah, because that has big implications for unique invaders, like, particularly, like, say you go for Queenline first and you like, die, so you're like, oh, I'll just do the church one into more, but you can't fight more because Queenline's not there, you know? So I don't think that
yeah, Typin would have
has
to
a upgraded weapon yet, and that might be why Typin's going this direction instead of fighting Queenline. Like, Typin probably was like, this damage is horrendous, I will go upgrade instead, get some Skidoo instead, and just prepare for the rest of the board. And they're down 2, but getting set up at this point is probably honestly just a smarter move.
Yeah. Because Iron's already set up.
I mean, Iron's fully set up. Look at the health bar. Gonna crush 5 Caelid bosses in Dragon Barrow, and is ready for anything else in base game at this point. And this weapon will be really, really good for NPC invaders too if Iron decides to do that in the base game, because you're basically going to push L2 twice and anything's going to die, right?
Yeah.
Like Henricus, Nereus, Anastasia, Millicent, that's 4 very, very fast invaders to get to that you will just absolutely annihilate. You go to Round Table, Albrich, that's 5.
Yeah, and you know
they're all scaled such that they just die.
Iron here, so he only needs 1 more Caelid boss. But after this, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him maybe go invaders.
Dude, he's going for the double mark right now.
Yeah, he is going for the double mark.
And Caelid and 5 bosses.
Yep, Ellie's going for Queenline here. It should just get melted.
Yeah, that's very smart. I think the reason he's going for this is, and it makes sense, is because Helios did Blood Tax, Ash of War, which shows that he's got... he has some leeway to synergize with the Apostle. But Helios here going for the Elemer unique Royal Revenants synergy is going to put a row 3 threat here. The column 2 is not going to matter because Iron's going to block with Caelid bosses. Oh my god, Helios gets 2-tapped by the Clean Rot Knight.
Yeah. Right Knight don't play.
This running, I'm always so scared of this running section. So Elmer's like a popular first choice of square for the base game player because you just need to get to Altus, and Elmer's is such an easy fight. You can do it like a low, like +4, +6, +4 somber weapon, +6 smithing weapon, if necessary. And but I'm terrified of the clean route knight in that every time I go through that running section. That's probably the worst part of this area. Also, there's a way to just jump on the wall to the right here and just jump over, and I swear, every time I've done that, the Clean Right Knight's attacks just like miss me. I don't know why.
Yeah, and Ellie's just going straight for Dancing Lion. Iron
Yeah,
there
Ellie has
missed
a hippo
a
done,
little
a red
jump.
wolf done, getting the lion done. Ellie's taking all the Bellarat synergy here. And that's kind of what I was thinking. Like on this board, there's two smart plays, Bellarat and South, and Bellarat is the faster play. Also, this is just like another side effect of this weapon choice of Ellie going with the somber weapon. You get to +8. You don't need to get to +9 to do any of these squares. But the speed of being able to upgrade makes this play so much more better than South. Because for South, the time that it takes to go through ADM and get like Dancer, Ghost Flame Dragons, Egon's Furled Fingers, those are all really long squares. You come in here, you go to Ensis and Morth Ruins, you get your +8, and you just crush Bellarat. And you can get all of the squares in this area. Like you just massively like took over an entire area of the map.
And Helios is about to mark Elemer here, but we don't care about that. Helios, he's got Elemer, right? Lion, more fun.
Yeah. Elemer with Great Omen Killer Cleaver, dude. I sleep.
I sleep. I rest.
Yeah. Sorry, Helios. I love you, but
we've seen you kill Elemer a million times. All right, buddy. Ellie's killing a lion. That's more cool. All right, Elemer goes down.
Huge stagger. That was sick. Oh, I've never seen this. What? Wait, that was crazy. That was a sick recovery from Iron. I don't know if you saw, he was trying to do the skip in the Apostle Tower, and he like fell down a notch and still was able to make the jump.
Okay, I didn't see the quit out, but I was like, I thought that looked weird.
Yeah.
Helios now going for the Royal Revenants here as well in the Shaded Castle.
Yeah, Helios killing every one of these ads here is kind of funny to me. I don't think he knows exactly where he's going, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think he's a little lost. And we now have Iron going in for the Godskin Apostle and Caleb. So this will be a double mark for Team Bagarre. Bagarre,
yeah, I think.
Ellie's in trouble here in the Frost phase. Good recovery though. Just a few more hits should get it done. Oh, she goes for the charge R2 but gets frostbitten. All right, Ellie does get that down though. Nicely done by her. Now let's see if Iron can finish out this Godskin Apostle for the double mark.
Yeah, this is a massive play by Ellie in the DLC. Like, oh wow, Iron getting smacked up by the blender move from Apostle. Ellie at this point has 2 DLC bosses, 3 bosses with a Wolfline and Hippo or Bear in the name, 1 NPC invader. Like
yeah.
The DLC has just been massively cheapened for Typin. Like at this point, Typin's only way of contesting the DLC score. Also, Ellie has Prio on Sword of Light or Darkness because killing Hippo gives you access to Viaduct and Shadowkeep. So you can go normally the path that you would take to get to Rakshasa, right? There's one of the Sword of Light pickups is there, and then also on the way to Romina. So
And I will say, I think there
Cryo here
were,
is crazy.
you know, Iron and Typin obviously newer to the format relatively to these two. You know, they did have some mistakes in the early game that put them on the back foot, but they get that huge double mark there, right? And look,
Yes.
they are both set up and ready to rock, right? I will say the early game of this format is brutal. Like, because some of these running sections, like you're not used to doing them with no health. Like they also had like just some unfortunate like RNG stuff go their way, which should happen, right?
Yeah.
But like I feel like they're set up and ready to rock now, and let's see what they can do.
I think Typin's probably eyeballing Ghost Flame Dragons, just picked up Sacred Blade. Iron here going for Commander Nile, probably trying to start a column 3 threat, but it's too late as Ellie already has marked the column 3 row 1 square anyway.
Yeah, but it also is.
But
I think it's
point,
also
like,
for the block, because that row 2 is horrifying, because 5 DLC bosses and 4 unique tree sentinels. There are 2 DLC bosses that are tree sentinels.
Right? Yeah.
That's
right. Crazy. Yeah. That's true. That would be an absolutely nutty line for Ellie and Helios to send, though, I gotta say, just because there's nothing back section on this board, like, at all. It's like that run to the Tree Sentinels just for 5 DLC bosses would be... that would be risking losing both squares, because 4 Tree Sentinels is just faster in base game. Like, you do Limgrave Tree Sentinel, you do Tree Sentinel Duo, and then you do DTS, and it's like you're done.
Yeah.
And then 5 DLC bosses... that's also just very quickly done. Like Typin.
Do you think we'll
on the board right now? So you don't want to risk doing some kind of longer play when you don't know what your opponent has set up yet.
Yeah, we'll go to the 4 big screen here as we have 3 different players in fights. In Sci-Fi, I'm curious, talking about the Tree Sentinels. Do you think we'll ever see the Draconic Tree Sentinel in Farum Azula done?
Oh my god, dude! Oh, I didn't even think of that. That might actually come into play. Like, I could totally see that happening. Yeah. Like, the only like potential thing of that is like I think he has like twice the health of the DTS in Altus. Like, I could be wrong.
Yeah, but if you don't,
I mean,
if you have to run versus, yeah, he's right there.
If you kill Malekith, like, you're gonna be juiced up. You might as well just like go there, right? And Malekith is actually kind of a rush square in this format. I think we'll see it at least one time.
All right.
I was looking for a way.
Typin gets his dragon down. We'll go full screen with Ellie or with Helios and Iron here as they finish their fights. Ellie is working on Sword of Light and Darkness, by the way.
Dude, Nile is such a cool fight, man. Like, I love this fight.
In both Helios and Iron get their fights down. Very nicely done by all 3 of them. Feels good to go big screen and have all 3 players get the fights done. No curses on my part, right?
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry I can't go big screen and get the fights done, dude. I can't believe you're sneak dissing me right now, though.
That would look. I think you have some main character syndrome. You're making it about me, and I'm just talking generally. But all right, fair enough.
Okay, so now we're gaslighting. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Brother, you think I remember the time I put you big screen and you died? It's happened to like everyone. I've been on.
My gameplay isn't memorable. All right, dude. You just hate me.
Look, all I'm saying is, I've been on fire this week with the big screen. Nope.
Yeah, actually, no. That is so fucking cool for the broadcast, dude. Like, it's actually huge. It's so much more work, though, right? Like, don't you have like 13 overlays you have to modify every game?
Yes, it's the amount of production that has to. Again, I love doing it, but like base game singles is 3. This is orders of magnitude more complex to do.
Right. So it looks like Ellie's going with Sword of Light or Darkness. One of the things that Ellie commented about the matches and just in general has been on Ellie's mind as a spectator of bingo is people ignoring bingo lines. So going for Sword of Light or Darkness right now to block the row 4, I think that's like Ellie's priority.
Dude, and Typin is going for this Ghost Flame Dragon because they really want this. It is just
Yeah.
This one is not done often because of that.
This one is horrible, and the South is still strong on this board. Like, look at row 5. Like, I would be going into ADM right now. The thing is, you might think that the Cerulean Ghost Flame is worse because of the ads, but legitimately, this fight is 100 times worse. It's just, there's archers that have like, they're great bows. They do an insane amount of damage. You have the horse guys that will follow you 400 feet and then do a blasting AoE attack. Perfumers that buff everything. Like, look, you get hit with one arrow, half your freaking health bar is gone.
Oh,
like,
I did it again. All right, nice.
Like,
yeah. Dude, what it is I look down to press the button. I look down because I have to hit the button on my stream deck, and by the time I look up, I'm like, oh, they died literally as I clicked the button. Great. Okay.
Iron here doing 3 Black Knife Assassins has the Sentry's Torch, which is unrandomized in this format so that people can do this type of play. Also, the Sage's Cave has a Black Knife Assassin that's invisible. It costs 7,000 runes, so it's if you're gonna do this early, you need to like think about that. But otherwise, this is the best way to do this square.
And Typin here is actually going, he's just killing the archers.
Yeah, dude, when I've done this one, I've done the same thing. Honestly, like, I mean, I don't know how the rest of this game plays out, but supposing that Typin gets this one down. Oh, look, Ellie is in ADM's cave, I think, already.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to conjecture that if Typin was to get Ghost Flame Dragons in time, it might scare Ellie off of the South play. I don't think that's going to be the case because Ellie's already going to ADM. So I know like a lot of the players like to look back at the VODs and watch and see some of the commentary, see their gameplay.
Oh my god, and yeah, this is why this dragon is just a no-go.
Right. I just wanted to comment, like, if Iron and Typin watch this back later, like in the DLC, you really want to look at the areas of the map and like just looking at like row 5, seeing all the South as well as Bale, this is like you're basically making a trade right here. Like you're trading South access for Ghost Flame Dragons. And like that play can work sometimes, but ultimately like it's better to just go for the area that has like 4 squares still, rather than like prioritizing a quicker square. If that makes sense.
100%. And I think Helios is going for Moog, Lord of Blood, as a Lord boss.
Yeah, Typin is now going ADM too, so that's good. Moog, Lord of Blood, yeah, I mean, it's a Lord boss. It's a lot of money. It's also one of the remembrances that can take you into the DLC if that's necessary. I don't know
just touch the withered arm, dude.
Just what?
Just touch the withered arm. Go straight to the DLC.
Wait. Wait, that you can do that, actually. But like at that point, you've already killed your Dawn and Moog. Wait, dude, no, I've wondered about this. Like if Logar Magnus is a square on this board, bro. If like this is actually the game for it to happen, Helios could take the withered arm to get to Logar faster. I think it's faster than going.
It's definitely faster. It's 100%
right?
faster.
Like, I've been waiting for this game. I hope he does it, man. I never took out the withered arm stuff. Like all I did was unlock graces once you kill certain bosses. Like
so, Ellie's going for Ghost Flame Dragon now, but it's hard to see because obviously we got Moog, Lord of Blood, so we're gonna stay full screen with that. But her damage is putrid because she doesn't have Sacred Blade.
Yeah. Also, like I think they're strong against Pierce. Slash is maybe okay. I don't remember the exact resistances, but Pierce is normally good against dragons, but since these ones are undead, it's terrible. And the chart, like, and the thing is,
And screw it, we're going to the 4-player big
charge
screen.
attacks to get the staggers, so you kind of have to use Pierce damage. Like, the jump R2 does more damage than a fully charged attack.
Iron gets down the 3 unique Black Knife Assassins, making it 7-4. Yeah, I think, you know, Ellie, them getting Ellie to spend time on this Ghost Flame Dragon is really big because I think as long as, I'm going to say nothing. I'm scared I'm going to curse someone.
So Ellie's already killed ADM. It's going to come down to type in getting through ADM and getting that second Ghost Flame Dragon. I will say, this isn't a terrible snipe for Ellie losing Ghost Flame Dragons because regardless, Ellie is getting 5 DLC bosses.
Mm-hmm.
This is another DLC boss, and supposing, like, Ellie probably will kill this one and then kill Dane next.
And by the way, Helios is in trouble here. He's out of flasks.
It's time to clutch up. Dude, I hate this stupid shower of blood so much. Because like I was saying earlier, like, Ellie's like really been hyper-focused on blocking bingos, so my guess is Ellie will just do Dane after this and get the 5 bosses for the diagonal block, because that's the last
Yep, and all three players get their kills at almost the exact same time. Helios gets down Mogul of Blood, Typing gets down ADM, and Ellie gets down the Ghost Flame Dragon. I think we're gonna just straight up see a Ghost Flame Dragon race here. No, Ellie is just prioritizing getting the block. She's just gonna go for Dane.
Dude, I called it. I know these players who's. Look, and Helios is doing the play. He's going to Loger through the Withered Arm.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Oh, I don't know why he didn't. I guess he wants Wild Strikes. Oh, he wants to. I don't know what he's doing. Taking off.
He wants my talismans.
He robbed me. He robbed me of this joy. How could he? He didn't even get the Moog Grace, so now he can't do that anymore. All for some stinky talismans, dude. Come on, man.
Yep, and we see so Iron here is going for Royal Revenants.
Right, which Helios did spend a small amount of time doing, but since he doesn't know where they are, he just pivoted off. And honestly, that was a fine idea anyways, because Revenants and Elmer have good synergy, and the way that I kind of look at some of these like plays is if you can take 1 square out of a 2 square synergy, that's good enough. You don't need to get every synergy square on the board.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to Plassey next.
Look, Iron and Typhon are clawing this thing back though, because Ellie's gonna, unless disaster strikes, Ellie should end up getting sniped here on the Ghost Flame Dragon, and then with Revenants, it's gonna end up being an 8-6 game here. There's still a lot of bingo left to be played in this one. I know it was looking dire. Oh, it was 5-0 at one point, right?
Oh, I would have Sacred Bladed in that moment, but Ellie dying twice to the skip, dude. This skip is slippery. It's so dumb.
It's skippery. It's
skippery. You're right. You're right in all the worst way possible.
Iron gets down the 2 Royal Revenants there in Haligtree. He's now just gonna go do the Royal Revenant in by EG.
See, this fight is better than Reprimand, obviously.
Yes. And there goes the Ghost Flame Dragons.
Down, hell yeah, dude.
And Ellie I think Ellie was looking at Dancer the entire time.
That could be the case, but also
could have just been a pivot.
Yeah. It's
But
an
yeah, we
8-6
now
game.
8-6
It is
game.
not over yet. I think, yeah, Typin really needs to go Dancer in this moment, but that's like, I don't know, like with your weapon, I could see why you would avoid that. Like, nope, I think, Typin's just kind of thinking about what to do next.
Yeah. I mean,
Legit,
at
that
this
spree
point,
skip is
almost
faster
all
than running, but-
bingos are blocked, right? Ellie and Helios still have the column 1, and I believe that's it.
Yes. Column 1 is the only line left in play.
Mm-hmm.
And Helios is going to set that threat up. He's on his way to Plassey right now. Also, maybe he's going to do that DTS. Maybe he does bird skip, gets that grace so he can get that DTS. Like, you never know.
And the other thing, too, it's Dragon Lord Placidus Axe.
Right. Yeah, it's a Lord boss. I found that out the hard way when Wander did 3 Lord bosses and Dragon Lord Placidus Axe in a game against me. Yeah, I think like in the future, Typin like will figure out like Wild Strikes and Cold Wet Blade are just meta, like, and it's for a reason. It's broken. It's
I mean, they've
broken.
done different prep, right? So like, I'm sure like, we will learn when you have people prepping in like different circles, you learn different stuff, right? Like I'm sure there's stuff that we've missed that they will end up showing us throughout the season, and vice versa.
Right. Also, it might just be a thing where it's like maybe great swords don't take Wild Strikes. I know they do, but maybe it would be fair to like assume they don't, because it's kind of a weird combination.
I mean, I was in graphic stream yesterday, and he was like, dude, can you imagine? We were talking about Wild Strikes. He's like, and he was using Great Katana. He was like, can you imagine if Great Katana could Wild Strikes? That thing would be so broken. And I was like, it does. It does.
Guess what, buddy?
Yeah.
It's broken as fuck, actually.
And Typin here is going to get sniped unless Ellie has. Nope, Ellie gets it done. So that is just Typin is sniped, immediately quits out there.
Yeah. There was no world where Typin beats Ellie there, because Ellie actually was going towards Dancer before Ghost Flame Dragons actually got marked.
And just the weapon, right?
Yeah. At that point, like, A, she's ahead. B, she's gonna hold L2, and Rockshot, and Dancer's just gonna fall over.
So we have Helios going for Logar and Magnus. Ellie is going for Egon's Furled Finger here.
Which, by the way, this square sucks. I'll say it.
Dude, yeah.
Not that it's like a bad square. I mean, just doing the square is hard because of the stupid dragon.
Yeah.
The duo fight with gigantic fire attacks and the arena that commonly traps you on Torrent. You can't even dismount half the damn time because you're on like a fucking half of a rock or something stupid like that.
What do you mean, man? That's Speak. That's perfect game design. How dare
That's
you?
Elden Ring. That's
how dare you doubt FromSoft?
I'm sorry.
You better be.
I will never.
Oh, I love that
again.
cinematic shot. Ellie uses the iframes to dodge a fire.
You have to get creative in this fight. The arena demands it of you. Also, just a note, like, we do have a talisman shop in Round Table. It's directly across from the Twin Maiden Husks. Wow. Look at that damage. That's exactly what I was going to mention.
No, that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage, yeah. But you could buy the Flame Drake +2 talisman in Round Table, and if I was going for this boss fight, I'm buying that talisman. I don't care.
Doesn't their fire actually do a mix of lightning though?
Fire and lightning?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you could also buy the lightning one too.
Yeah.
Or Spell Drake. Or Pearl Drake. See,
and Iron here is beating up on the Draconic Tree Sentinel.
That? Yeah, Iron here. Is this 3 or 4? This has to be 3.
Yeah, he just has a Limgrave Tree Sentinel left.
Right, which will instantaneously die. I think this is kind of smart from Iron if Iron kills Vare and then does the Tree Sentinel. Like, granted, Logar Magnus is gonna disappear in a second, but I am shocked that
it was on the small screen, but type in just Lions Clawed Millicent out of waterfowl.
Wait, really?
Yes.
I didn't even know that was possible.
That's funny.
I guess it makes sense. It's just an NPC. It's not like it's Melania herself, right?
Helios sneaks up on Magnus, gets the backstab there. Ellie's still in hell. She's in Helly.
Helios knows that this weapon comes with Wild Strikes. Why did he not take or Frost Stomp off?
It's dual status. We're gonna go to the 4-player big screen here. We finish this fight out.
Nine 7. Helios looking to take it to 10-7.
And Ellie's looking to take it to 7-11, except she gets destroyed at the very end.
That is devastating. 1 HP.
Dude, why do I oh god, this is gonna date me, dude, but for some reason, I just got like a Fusro Da flashback. I can just imagine that's what the dragon said as he killed her.
This is my mountain.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you're ancient, dude. So many Fusro Da memes just flooded my brain right now. Thank you for that.
Right?
Yeah. That was such a big thing at the time.
Dude, it was such a big thing at the time.
Just straight unk commentary, dude.
Oh, okay. Ellie's back in. Typhon's chipping away at these invaders, only has one left. And Iron is also trying to make his way towards Plassie, it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, Dragon Halberd's better? I don't know.
He's not a dragon, though. Plassie is not a dragon.
Sorry, yeah. Oh, right. That's right.
But what I mean by that is that Dragon Halberd, as well as certain other weapons and greases, do extra damage to dragon bosses. Plassie doesn't count as a dragon. Everything else does. Bale does, Drakes do, Magmorms do, Ancient Dragons do. Not Plassie. He's not a dragon.
Right. Helios was just prepping. He got the grace and warped out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think he's going for O-Seek or Black Knife.
Yeah, exactly. It is very smart because he's claiming both of the squares that require Altus and DLC, and Typin. I mean, he has no way of knowing this from the square marks, but Typin didn't do Altus first.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just going for squares that, like I said, he doesn't know, but they're safe. Like, he's just guaranteed to get them. And it is a little bit more running, though. I don't think he's done the Ordino leg of the journey for the Black Knife set.
No, I don't think he has.
Pretty far out of the way of the Oathkeeper set. Kind of takes a while to get to.
Also, I will put Ellie on the big screen when we get closer. This fight is literally just like 6 minutes, so we'll wait until she's getting there though. Halfway through.
Typin claiming 5 NPC invaders. Every bingo is blocked. This is a no bingo game. First to 13 is gonna win. Ellie and Helios have a 2-square lead, but Iron.
Hey, if something were to happen, Typin here is going for Egon's Furled Finger, it appears.
Yeah, this isn't over yet, as we saw with the first fight that Ellie had. Anything can happen, and it could happen at the very end as well.
Let's put the dueling Drakes battle on the screen. Both the Drakes and our players duel to the end.
Head to head.
Head to head.
Also, this isn't very likely to happen, but there is a world where you accidentally aggro Egon and he doesn't give you the finger.
Yes, I've had that happen to me in a DLC bingo game. Because if you don't know, you can punch him. If you punch him one time, it makes him go faster. And I was using dual curve swords at the time, like Falks, and I did a running R1 and I hit him 4 times and pissed them all. And locked myself out of the square. I think I was playing you, dude. I honestly think I was doing a practice game against you.
That would be, yeah.
I was
that
pissed.
Might have been the game, right?
I was pissed.
Also, you can like. All
right, there goes Egon's frilled finger.
You punched him.
Dude, I
want to punch him and then jump, like because you're trying to spam through the text with the A button or the X button, whatever. And you can land on Egon and aggro him that way too because of the fall damage if you land on him improperly.
Dude, I want to give a massive shout out to Iron Typing because like look, they were down 5-0 at one point, right? This could have gotten really bad, but this has been one hell of a game. And look, they are still very green to this format, right? There were some mistakes in the early game. Neither of them have bought talismans, right? Once they figure this out a little bit more, they're very dangerous.
For sure. And honestly, it's week 1.
It's week 1, right?
Like, I can understand coming from the perspective of like, I'm just going to learn like I'm just going to learn like the hard way. Like, I'm just going to go into this and we'll figure it out, right? Like,
well, I also know, I think it was Typin was doing some Silk Song stuff and then was out of town. So I don't know. He literally got back like just before the game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Is like they probably just have busy schedules, and
dude, I think it's gonna be either Plassy. So we're gonna have potentially Plassy Bale on the screen.
That would be sick.
And Typin going for Physic Tears.
But yeah, Iron recently completed the Deathless Randomizer Auto Equip All Bosses challenge.
Insane.
Yeah, like that's actually insane. So I think as we get into weeks 2 and 3, like I like the difference of gameplay here is literally just knowing.
Yeah.
What like. Okay, I pick up Wild Strikes in the Cold Blade. That changes literally everything about the game. That's one difference. That's one tiny thing. You go to Queenline and Belrat off rip, Wild Strikes, he's dead. Like that changes your whole game plan, right?
Yeah, because once they've gotten set up, right, they've been nasty, right? Once both of them got like their actual setup, they've been amazing, right? It just they were a little slow to get that setup on. They've done a great job to close the distance. Like, you know, game's not over. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I think obviously week 1 you want to win, but like there are even in defeat there are a lot of positives to draw here for Iron and Typin if they do end up going down. And here we have it. We have Plassy Bale. If Ellie or Helios kill Plassy or Bale, Team Tank and Top will win the final match of week 1. If Ellie has an incident and Iron is able to snipe him, Typin's working on some of the other squares on the board. You never know what's able to happen. Dude. Also, Iron is destroying Plassy right now.
Yeah. Also, I want to make another like comment about Wild Strikes, about Renala specifically, because that's one of the worst fights when you're doing a DLC rush. If you use, for the Renala fights where you get the scripted stagger, she does a laser beam, you do a charged attack, you do a jump attack, charged attack. If she doesn't do a moon, you can get a stagger. Immediately after, if you do Wild Strikes with the Cold Wet Blade, a lot of times you can cancel her summon because you frost her perfectly when she's about to do the summon. So that's another like argument for using Wild Strikes. And Iron here gets Plassy into the corner to dodge the lasers.
Dude, Iron's had such a good Plassy fight.
Yeah, this is the part that gets me killed. I don't know why, dude. I get Plassy. Oh, and a huge stagger.
And there is the square.
It is Irons.
It is Irons. Does Helios finish this out? for a Lord Boss. Let's see what he decides to do. We'll go full screen with Ellie. Typin is trying to enter the DLC to race Ellie.
So, like earlier, I was saying Helios was like, he's doing a smart decision here because he's going for the guaranteed square, right? Doing the Oath Seeker Knight set and Black Knife set. He actually ended up losing Plassey because of this, and like I said, he didn't know this, but he could have held Prio on that square, gotten Plassey first, and then went and finished with that one. But
yeah, but I don't think. Look, it all comes down to Ellie here. This would be such a perfect way to not only end this game, but Elden Squares Week 1, Season 3. If only she summoned Egon.
Oh, what the heck? Yeah. We needed that cinematic flourish.
Curse you, Bale.
Oh, she did summon Egon.
Oh, she did?
She did.
Let's fucking go.
He just blasted Bale.
Oh, there he is. There's our boy.
Egon.
Ellie with Egon. Finishes the game. God. Let's go.
That's insane, dude.
What a way to end the game. What a way to end week 1 of the season. Thank you guys all for being here. We appreciate it. Also, I do think this is probably the most viewed Elden Swears game live I think we've ever had. So thank you guys all for watching and supporting. I do appreciate the love. But yeah, one hell of a game. I think Iron and Typin, like really good, strong showing for Ellie and Helios, obviously. And I think come the end of the season, they're going to be very thankful they played Iron and Type in week 1 because they
sure.
They played really well today, but they are also just oozing with potential to be so just even more deadly.
Dude, coming back from the 5-1 and ending this game 13-9 is actually insane. That's like very well played to end the game with this board state.
Yeah, very, very, very well played. Let's go ahead.
To be fair, Iron Typin had Prio on. Well, I guess Helios did Moog, right?
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and bring the players in here for post-match interview. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. GG's. One hell of a game.
GG's.
One hell of a cinematic way to end it, Ellie. With end the week with the Egon stagger into kill. That was awesome.
Yeah. Perfect cinema.
But we'll start with you, Ellie and Helios. Obviously, I think this is a kind of a tricky matchup because I think Iron Typin knew the least what to expect, and obviously, pretty quiet early game, but then they really came on there and made it pretty damn close. How do you guys feel getting your first win on the board and getting a win over what I think is going to become I think they're going to be a really strong team come later on the season?
Yeah, I actually said to Helios earlier, I'm really happy we're playing them now because I don't want to play them later. I think it's going to be really, really much harder later. Obviously feels good to get a win. I think I played really well. Like my only deaths were the 2 skips and coast, and then that fuck ass dueling Drake. I don't even want to talk. That was insane, but it's fine. But yeah, I think it was good. It feels good to get a win. Nice way to sort of start, but lots to learn. I think I was just saying to Helios before you dragged us, we're gonna do some VOD review for sure, because there's some things I think we can both learn from still, even with winning. So.
Well, I think you guys both played really, really well. It was pretty. We had the triple dragons on the screen at the end of the game. That was awesome. It was just a really nice, a really fun match to watch. And I think you guys played it quite well because Iron and Typin, like even though you were up 5-0 at one point, like you showed a lot of respect with how the way you went about your square markings and getting your blocks and stuff. And I think it was necessary because they came on so strong there in the second half of that match. It was a really well executed game plan.
Yeah, I said to Helios I don't want to get sneak bingoed, and so
we never counted them out pretty much.
No, not once. Not once.
It was always what are they up to, not are they incidenting, right?
Yeah, what sneaky things are they trying to pull on us? But a double mark shit made me shit ourselves a bit because I realized, wow, we have nothing for row 4. So we should fix that really quickly.
Yeah, well, GG's, congratulations to you guys getting, I know you guys have practiced so much, and a very hard fought and well earned victory in game 1 here of the season.
Thank you.
And for you Iron Typer, man, like you guys, I think there was some early games, like the start, I don't think was what you guys would have wanted, right? You guys came on so strong, and like I read it so seriously. Like Sci-Fi is a competitor. Like if those little mistakes still happen, those are easy to iron out. Like you guys are good. You guys are so good.
Yeah, well, there were a few early games incident on my part. So yeah, like I died on the Falling Star, I died on Maka, I died. What did I die again?
Okay, the Makar one was, you got so screwed by the lava. That was so like that was.
Yeah, the Maka one, yeah. I was a bit salty about that.
Yeah, you have every right to be.
But it's fine, it's fine. I mean, I could have like baited the boss so that he will do his attack in another direction, so I wouldn't have been blocked by the lava there. So that's partially my bad as well. Also, when I went up the Divine Tower in Kaelid, I fell like 30 times, or that's like never happened to me, but I guess that's match conditions. So yeah, but gotta fix a bit of my early game, and yeah, work on our squares a bit, and I think we'll be good to go, maybe. But great match, it was a great match anyway.
Yeah, well, GG's guys, one hell of a game. Thank you guys so much for playing, and I think I can speak for everyone when we say we can't wait to see both of you guys play again next week. I personally want to thank everyone all for watching. It's been one hell of a broadcast here today. 4 games, 8 hours, but it didn't feel like it. It was awesome and amazing to watch. So yeah, thank you guys all for being here and being a part of the broadcast and joining us. And with that being said, we're gonna go raid out to Nessa Netta. Obviously, she is the newest bingo brawler. She's doing practice for bingo brawlers and also playing in Elden Squares as well. So yeah, we will go ahead and see you guys all very soon. I will raid out and have an amazing time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the gift subs, the support, and everything. It means the world. It was a fantastic debut weekend of this format. All the players did amazing. It was a privilege to be able to call your games, and we look forward to doing it all again next weekend. So thank you very much, and you guys have a great one. See ya.